Hello, my name is Samantha Stirratt, and I will be discussing Grand Canyon University's Dispositions Self-Assessment Survey. This video will address special education teachers' unique role in supporting learning, improving practice, upholding professional expectations, and collaboratively advancing the profession. I will also be identifying 2 dispositions that I currently possess, one of which is a strength that will help me become a successful teacher, and one that I need to work on before becoming a first-year teacher. In conclusion, I will highlight the potential risks of personal biases as they pertain to teachers' relationships with students and their families. Special education teachers are responsible for creating and improving individualized education plans. Through the use of collaboration, self-reflection, and student-driven, data-informed decision-making, teachers are expected to implement various assessment and teaching methods to meet the unique needs of their students. Special education teachers also assume the role of mentor and advocate in the classroom and the community. In order to advance the profession and maintain student success, teachers are required to participate in ongoing study and professional collaboration to provide a safe learning environment and find new ways to implement curriculum. One disposition listed that I currently possess is I understand the effect community involvement and servant leadership as it applies to the welfare of others in the educational setting. Servant leadership is something that benefits me when working with students with severe disabilities. I put student needs above my own, both spontaneously and in goal planning. It can be a very messy job and at times fairly physically demanding. In a given day, implementing a student's eating goals or toileting goals can be very challenging, especially due to the amount of movement that takes place with our students. Sometimes I go home covered in salad dressing or sometimes even urine. The patience it takes to work with these students in order to effectively implement these goals takes a lot of courage and a certain type of service. I like to refer to it as acts of service because my main priority and my main goal is for these students to gain the independence it takes for them to be able to use the bathroom on their own or use a fork on their own to eat the foods that they enjoy so that ultimately they can have a better quality of life. I might go home a little bit messy and a little bit smelly after a day with these kiddos, but the ultimate goal is their independence and quality of life. Although I put student needs first before my own, I need to work on my attitude towards other coworkers. According to the survey, educators should demonstrate professional friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring in their relationships with others while providing intellectual, emotional, and spiritual support. I struggle in this area because I take a lot of pride in what I do. I can get very impatient or easily frustrated with coworkers who are not following protocol or not utilizing their training effectively. Sometimes instead of using constructive criticism, I will resort to gossiping about them, which bleeds into a negative work environment. It creates a negative atmosphere, and if staff aren't able to reach their maximum potential, then how can students reach their maximum learning potential? With this being said, personal biases, such as conflicts with coworkers, as I just described, can negatively impact expectations teachers have for their students. Self-entitlement and personal disagreements have a tendency to bleed into collaboration and hinder effective communication between educators and even with students. If teachers cannot or are unwilling to communicate with one another effectively and unbiasedly, like me at times, then student programs will suffer the consequences. Furthermore, when students are not reaching their full potential or are not making progress, parents and family members may start to distrust if the teacher has the student's best interests at heart. Overall, it is extremely important for educators to engage in continuous self-reflection to address and avoid any personal biases that can disrupt a healthy and productive learning environment.